Let's go YouTube. It's James from Robin Henry Watches. Check out robinhenrywatches.com. We've got loads of watches in the web shop.
Absolutely loads.
It's nearly Christmas. So 1, treat yourself. 2, I've got kids to feed. Buy up those watches. And yeah, cool. So this week we're going to do a what's hot, what's not. We haven't done one for a while. So let me start off with something positive. What's hot? I'm going to keep it a little bit quicker. A couple weeks back, Ryan Gosling, is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
I know.
He's got a punchable face. Like a really punchable face.
He's the new, or a new ambassador for TAG Heuer. TAG Heuer is always getting new ambassadors because, I mean, it's TAG Heuer. I mean, the watches aren't going to sell themselves. They've got to get someone to sell it. Ryan Gosling, though, I do think was a well-educated decision for them because he hasn't done any big brand partnerships before.
It's because no one likes him. I'll put that aside for a minute.
That's subjective. So obviously, you know, his film career is right up there now. Some of the big films that he's been doing. Why didn't you like him?
Like I said, he's just got a very punchable face. Speaking for somebody who would not punch people because
as an actor, I've got quite a bit of respect for him. I think he's good at his craft. There's nothing offensive about him to me. Is he going to make me buy a TAG Heuer? No. But I do think for them, he was a good win because he hasn't done any... obviously, most Hollywood celebrities endorse everything, you know. Talk about, you know, Brad Pitts of the world. You know, he's a brand ambassador for Breitling. He's in the Breitling squad.
Gosling's a brand virgin.
But he also does coffee machines and George Clooney. So all these people, they all advertise anything. Ryan Gosling isn't known to do that. So I do think it was a good pairing. And the watch that he chose to wear and promote was the new 3-hand Carrera. A very simple, basic design, which was an interesting choice in itself. And he said that he chose that one because it spoke to him because of the timeless design. I mean, I don't think he was told to say. I think he did genuinely, you know, he said that, you know, it was bought up on a budget. So for them, timeless design. So anyway, before getting into it, I just think it's good for TAG Heuer. And I'm sure he's being very well paid for it.
I'm sure he is.
And he's rumoured to be doing his own watch with them. So, yeah, I don't know how that's going to turn out, but that could turn out later. But yeah, I think overall, good for them. I'm a few weeks late to the story on that one, but yeah.
Let's make sure it's a reinforced watch so when he gets beaten up, it doesn't get damaged.
I was going to beat him. Stop being a hater.
Look, he is a good actor. He just...
I'm not saying
people
that
like him, Mark Wahlberg.
Recent... Oh, I love Mark Wahlberg.
But he's punchable as well. Zac Efron, he's punchable.
Mark Wahlberg is a huge watch collector. Like, he's way into it. Anyway, date windows. Date windows get loads of hate from watch collectors. And I'm here to say that is unfair. Date windows are good. It's not on. There's a reason that brands always put date windows on their watches. Offer it. Because that's what consumers want.
I've got 2 date windows.
Yeah.
Ish.
And you got a pointer, you got all sorts going on there.
Yeah, it's a bit wacky.
There's a lot going on there.
There's a lot going on there.
I'm a big fan of date windows. I get the whole symmetry of the dial. Like my first Rolex Submariner that I ever bought was the no date because I was like, oh, I want the beauty of the symmetry of the dial. I get it, but day to day, I don't want to have to be using my phone to see what the date is or on my computer. I'm signing documents and invoices all day. In my day-to-day life, so I need it. I want it there on my watch. Otherwise, what's the point for me? It's like, okay, I've got my time here. I'm going to have to go to the date. I'm going to have to check somewhere else. I don't remember a date. I barely know what I ate.
I barely know what day of the week it is.
Exactly. So I'm here to say the date windows are okay. I'm telling you, even the Cyclops on the Rolex watches, good. I like it.
Yeah.
I like date windows.
I'm visually impaired.
I said it. I like date windows. You should do too. Well, you should do. You like what you like, but I like date windows. Rant over.
You sound like you're confessing to something.
Yeah.
I like them. And I'm proud of it.
Let's move on to what's not.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now, this is a subject that I don't hate any watch brand. There's some that I don't get. And there's some... Anyway, something recently, it came up in conversation. I met a couple of friends the other night. We were having coffee. And they were talking about a certain business that's just taken on a new brand. And it's Jacob, okay? And I was like, no. They wouldn't have done that. That makes no sense. And they're like, yeah, they did. I was like, they were talking about it at first like I knew about it. And I was like, I didn't know. And I was just thinking, like, got my mind, it's like, who the is buying Jacobs? I've spoken about this in other videos. No one asked, but I went through like a history of like rappers and their watches, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, back in the early 2000s, loads of rappers were aiming for like 50 Cent, The Game. I don't know, loads of them. They were always saying Kanye West, all these people, Jay-Z. They always put him into. So he was quite involved in popular culture at the time because they'd always be talking about Jacob the jeweler, got my Jacob on, blah 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 blah. Jacob & Co. They were founded in 1986 by Jacob Arabo. He was a diamond designer, more a jeweler. And to be fair, Jacobs, they still do jewelry. I believe he was from the Soviet Union. He came over to the US, came up in the diamond district, starts his own company. Eventually then it becomes Jacob & Co. and he does watches. And there's a lot to say about them because I'm just going to go on their website now. And if you go, one of the main things that they're known for right now is the Astronomia range, which is just, oh my God, the SKU range on this. Like, I'm a retailer.
It just goes on forever.
It goes on and on and on. You think people want this many? They don't, Jacob. They don't. And it goes on
they
and
don't
on.
Need this much choice. No one needs this much choice.
And then it starts getting really tacky, like the Fast and Furious twin turbo. Ugh. I mean, the watch is kind of cool, to be fair. That's one thing I'll say about his watches. They're different. They are cool. I like some of the materials.
It's just a bit much.
And then you got things like the Billionaire. You put a picture of that. And then you've got the Millionaire. Like, who wants a millionaire when you know that there's a billionaire? Obviously, Floyd Mayweather is famous for wearing the Billionaire. By the way, it doesn't cost $1 billion.
Funny that.
Spoiler alert. You've got like the Mystery and the Caviar Tourbillon. I mean, brilliant flying tourbillon. These are the ones that are all fully set with baguettes, different coloured stones. You've got Lionel Messi's sports watch. Fine. You got the only sort of people that I know that are wearing them now is producer Michael. He's way into that guy. He's just nuts.
He could do anything.
Love the guy. Think he's awesome. So there's no hate whatsoever. And I believe that Jacob & Co. have just done a watch for producer Michael. Oh, who's going to buy that?
Producer Michael.
I mean, how about that? I'm pretty sure they gave him. But he is one of his first episodes that ever saw a producer Michael. He went to Jacob & Co. in New York. Jacob was there himself. He's not in jail anymore. Spoiler alert. Just on that. So yeah, that was a really interesting story. Jacob, I think it was quite a few years back. He did a plea deal because he lied to federal prosecutors. It was all to do with the Black Mafia family. Spoiler alert, rappers, gangsters. So he was up on several charges to lying and money laundering and all of this stuff. The charges of money laundering got dropped against him because he did a plea deal. He did a couple of years, I believe, or at least his sentence was. Not a good look if you're the head and owner of a Swiss watch brand selling luxury watches. But anyway, I'm off point.
His customers are gangsters anyway, so.
So who's wearing them now? So yeah, producer Michael, Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather. Obviously, I'm a huge boxing fan. He's not the greatest ever, as he likes to call himself, but an exceptional boxer. But in terms of a human being and anything else, he disgusts me. So no, that just makes Jacob even worse for me. You've got DJ Khaled. I love DJ Khaled, and he's a beautiful human being. So, but yeah, he's got the sort of money just dropping it. Who else? Rick Ross. I don't know if I didn't know some other names. Obviously, you got Lionel Messi, a football player.
Yeah.
He wears his quite often.
He's got a fair bit of love at the moment.
He's an ambassador for Jacob & Co. So that's why he's wearing it. Let's just be clear. They've also done some absolutely horrible things to watches. Put a picture up. I'm not even going to bring it up on my laptop now because I don't want to see it again. But they did a collaboration with the brand. You can't even call this a brand. Supreme. You know the thing? Like, what is Supreme?
It's just a sticker you put on anything. It's wrong.
And then people pay a fortune for it. I don't get the whole Supreme thing. To be fair, maybe it's because I'm uneducated about it and I don't know about it. But I just think, this thing, they put it on.
It's just a trend that they're getting on.
They put this watch, they put it with the 5 time zone watch. and it was like across the corner of the dial. This thing was disgusting. I can't believe that anyone would even buy it. As a retailer, you wouldn't even want to sell it. I don't get the whole Jacob thing. Like I said, trying to be objective, I've got no issue with the quality. I've never handled one in person. I did get close to buying one. This shows you the thing. Joma's shop a few years back was selling the 5 time zone model 85% off. And I was like, I can't lose on it.
It's just unheard of.
It was their quartz model. It's got the Paris, New York, blah blah blah. Kind of cool, the concept. No, it's garish. It's not out there cool. It's just out there. I don't really get their stuff. Maybe if you are a gazillionaire and you can buy one, and some of them they're quite, like I said, they are quite cool. But I can appreciate like the Stromnia range, but I ain't gonna wear one. And they're certainly not for me because, there'll be people shouting out their TVs like, you couldn't even afford one anyway, you bum. No, I couldn't. And if I had that sort of money, I wouldn't be dropping it on that. So, yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it, Jacob. I don't know. Fly me out to New York to your office, give me a watch and show me how... Change my mind. Get in the comments below, and if you're a lover of Jacob and Co. and you're hating on me, change my mind. Get in there and persuade me, and I'll be objective and I'll listen to it. And but personally, I just don't see in day-to-day life normal people who buys a Jacob. I don't know one person who owns a Jacob. Of all the hundreds of people that I've met and spoke to, whether it be online or forums or in person, no one I know has had a Jacob. I don't get it. So anyway, I think that about wraps it up. If there's any topics that you want me to discuss on what's hot, what's not, you don't get to decide which category it goes in, but you can put the subject in. I'll be the judge of what's hot and what's not.
Isn't that exciting?
On my show. Drop it in the comments, or hit us up on Instagram at Robin Henry Watches, or yours. Producer Michael. Yeah,
it's definitely not a rip-off.
DM Producer Michael with thoughts on this show, and watch him ignore it. So anyway, you can hit up Producer Gerald. Check out our website, Robin Henry Watches. We've got loads of really cool watches. So the other week I was doing my top 5 on Cartier. Spoiler alert, I'm a Cartier fanboy. I love them. And I was talking about the tank masks, couldn't get them. Guess what happened to me? Picked up 2 of the new tank masks. I've got the red one, which I'm keeping for myself. I might be persuaded to sell it. I haven't worn it yet. I'm trying to be good. I might sell it, but I may or may not. Anyway, what we have here is the blue one. So that means I've now had every single colour. So it's completely new, unworn, tank must.
Still stickered. It's got a box, paperwork. It's all dated. What date is it? It must be November. It's November 2021. They're still impossible to get at retail. So these are cool as hell. I'm surprised that blue hasn't been more popular, because generally it's red is known as the most popular. Green and blue sitting below it. Yeah.
It's a really nice blue, very photogenic, comes on a beautiful Cartier strap buckle, and better than that, I would say that the price I'm going to put this out at is the best around, worldwide. But hit at me if I'm wrong. £2,600. I'm like, Jesus.
It's Christmas. Yeah?
I'm coming in for Christmas. I've saved it. You want yourself a new watch? And the good thing about these, the size and that, is that from what I've seen, it's mostly men wearing it. 90%.
Which is interesting, because I'd put that as more of a lady's colour.
Yeah. But it's great for both. That's what Cartier is good at. It's very, it transcends time.
Jesus, that got deep.
Right, yeah, I'll leave that bit there.
You sound like Hodinkee.
So, yeah.
It transcends all meaning.
It's got a disruptive colour, a disruptive dial, a disruptive everything. An organic collaboration. Yeah, okay.
The strap's organic leather.
It's not yet. By the way, Cartier, where the is the solar beat? I am losing my patience. Hurry up. Do you know what's worse is the watch probably ain't even that good, but they're making me want it. The fact that
it's literally no different to the tank. It's just solar powered.
I don't care.
Why do you care so much?
Because I can't have it. That's why I can't have it. They're not letting me have it, and they're
deliberately holding it back from me.
They are deliberately. They said September. There's rumours that they're starting to seep out.
They lie to you.
But I still haven't tracked one down yet. It's a myth. Anyway, rant over. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Any comments, thoughts, good, bad, drop them in the comments below. Check out the web shop, yada, yada, yada. I'm out. Can I say pass?
Yeah.
I mean, they're okay. I've had some. So it's not like I'm going to sit here and like outright slate them.